welcome to my first story level of my closet. I realized in the last video, I was like, we're gonna go downstairs, and we never went downstairs. Today, I'm gonna share with you my most favorite shoes of all time, and then some of them have a little bit of story, so come on in. Okay, so some of you may be wondering, if you're not familiar with the channel, like, girl, why in the world is a 3-story closet? We're all little girls in heart, right, inside. And when I was building this home, I'm like, listen, I want to do a big old grand gorgeous closet. And my architect was like, what about a 3-story closet? And I was like, yeah, let's do a 3-story closet, why not? So he designed it out, and I just fell in love, more in love, and more in love. And so what I was thinking about is, how would I practically utilize all 3 levels of the closet? So what I've come up with is this basement level. Essentially, that's what this is. This is my kind of like storage and extra shoe area, right? So like the things that are currently out of season, or the shoes that you are not accessing and wearing every single day, they have a holding space. I don't need to look at them every single day, because I got like my top 10, my top 5, right? They're somewhere else. They're on the top level off my bedroom. So, but this level is like the holding area, but I have tons of favorites down here. So let's go through them. You ready? Come on. Okay, so this particular rack, I get asked about these shelves all the time. Y'all, they were custom, okay? These are the same shelves that were built custom for us that I have in my retail store. So I just love the gold finish on them. I'm a golden girl through and through and through, honey, just everything. So they were custom, but they work perfectly for the shoes. So I was like, put them in the store, why not put them in the house as well? So this particular area is like, I thought I had some level of organization, but girl, it kind of got like that a little bit. But this is mainly the comfy shoe area is what we'll call it. So the flats, the slides, the low heels all reside in this area. Now, favorites, I have a thing for Hermes slides, and I'm gonna let you look at these, and I'm gonna share with you why they're my favorites. Okay, you see how cringe, right? I love these slides because they were my very first pair of Hermes slides when I could buy some Hermes slides, right? These are my very first pair, but also these have been on every single vacation with me. Every single vacation since I got them. That's why they look like this. They have played and frolicked in the sands of Turks. They have been on the beaches of the Virgin Islands. They have walked into every restaurant on the islands or wherever I have traveled. But this is like my old nasty travel slide. Now they have retired. I retired them last year. But up until then, they have been on every single vacation. So these slides have made memories, and I never want to throw them away. Okay, let's come over here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'll stop here. You might be wondering, Charis, are there some shoes that you just never get to, that you have never ever worn? The answer is yes. We all got them shoes. Don't play. They were actually gifts for Mother's Day. I love them, but I just have not worn them yet. So they are some Jimmy Choo sneaker slides, and they have the really cute little swivel that goes in the back, the crystal swivel that goes on the back of the heel. These are I love a good Jimmy Choo. So comfy, so adorable, but I've just not worn them. And these are so me. So I've not worn them. It's not because I don't like them. It's just because I've just not had the opportunity, and truthfully, I have forgotten about these. So I need to bring them up so that they just don't sit down here in like the storage quote unquote area, but they're so adorable, so plush, and so cute. So follow me on social at either Shop Sassy Jones or Charis N Jones, because we're gonna hold one up. Listen, hold me accountable. We're gonna see these good old Jimmy Choos soon, okay? Very, very cute. I love these. So let's go over here to the ones that get mad play. All right, so this is the sneaker section. Love a good sneaker. I have an affinity for designer sneakers, but I also, I got some regular stuff like Adidas as well. So these particular gazelles, y'all. So these are not even my size. These are a size 9. I am more of a 9.5, 10. So listen, I did a show back in 2019 for HBO Max. I forget the name of it now, but it was a show that Jenna Lyons had. And Jenna Lyons, as you know, is the former CEO of J. Crew. And she had this show. She was looking for new staff to join her new company. And I just took a leap of faith and went on up to New York. I auditioned. On my way to auditioning, my luggage got lost. It was only from Virginia to New York. I'm like, how in the world? Like, they done messed this up, right? So I'm literally in New York, no bags. I have call time at 8 a.m. the next morning, okay? I am wearing what I came the day before, slept in it and all, schlepped myself down to her gorgeous apartment. Get up there, and I'm like, I'm here, but pardon me if I smell. Pardon me if I did the best I could. Like, these are my clothes from yesterday. And she was like, are you serious? I said, yeah. I wanted to show you my designs. I wanted to show you everything, but they're in my suitcase. The only thing I can show you is what I have on. My necklace and my handbag. And I did. It was a Dottie handbag. Those are coming back soon. Those Sassy Jones aficionados. So she was kind enough to take me to her closet. I had never seen a closet like this, right? Like ever. This is before all it is, back in 2019. She kindly takes me into her closet. She's like, dear, find anything to wear. And I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, here. She pulled out her drawers. Everything was so beautifully and nicely folded. Everything smelled so good. And she gave me a sweatshirt. She gave me some tights. And she gave me these gazelles because I legit had on boots. And she was like, take these, wear these back to the airport, walk around New York in these. So these don't get a lot of wear because these are incredibly sentimental. And I'm so thankful for her generosity, but that is what boss ladies do. Okay, let's see what else I love. Oh, I love a Dolce sneaker too. I just do. Dolce does such a great job on their sneakers. So I'm gonna show you how much I love them. I am not a girl. When I love something, I love it all the way. It's gonna get all the play, right? So these, I'll show you. This is probably not the sneaker that you want to wear all the time, but I want you to get up close because I want you to see how much I have worn the crystals off. They're gone. And then every time a little fish wire pops out that's stitching the crystals down, I'll cut it. Because no one ever notices unless I just showed you. But they have all the crystals here. So it's really, see, like even one is hanging here. It's just really, really important to use the heck out of your stuff, the heck out of your things. So I love these Dolces. These have been some of everywhere. These have walked the streets of Milan. I just love the comfort in them too. Ooh, and you want to know a pair that has probably gotten even more wear than these? These, yes. No shoelaces. Comfy, they feel like socks, but they have held up so well. And I ain't missed a crystal on these, honey. These got all their crystals. I can wear these today, but these are more practical than like gemstone shoes, but they still have the sparkle, and I love a good sparkle. Oh my God, I get so many compliments on these two. Y'all, if you follow the brand, you have seen me in these, hands down. But I get compliments on these, and I always shoot back whenever someone says, oh, cute shoe. I always tell them like, comfy too. Comfy. I ended up getting these in Bal Harbour when I was many years ago, 2022, I want to say. They just caught my eye in the boutique, and I was like, gotta have them, and we'll keep them forever. Another sneaker story. So my husband obviously likes to buy me Jimmy Choos. These are Jimmy Choos that I have worn, okay? So this is his kind of like a diamond sneaker. Y'all, these are heavy. So heavy. This is like, I want to say probably like 3 pounds a shoe. It feels like very, very heavy. And actually not very comfy at all. So this is not like a typical daily wear. What I have done with these is worn these with ball gowns. Yeah. So like, I remember I did last year, YPO shut down the Duomo in Milan. No one ever gets to go inside the Duomo. We went inside the Duomo, saw, listened to a beautiful opera singer. There was a whole ceremony. And I wore a Carolina Herrera dress. and these sneakers because I knew that we were going to end up walking through the streets of Milan. And if you've ever been, you know that it's Pebblestone, honey. And so I'm like, you ain't gonna play me. Ain't. No one can see the shoe anyway, but even if you could, when I crossed my legs, it was a beautiful sparkly sneaker, unexpected moment. And so I've done it there. I've also done it with, where was I going? I'm a Corps Vitae member of the American Heart Association, and there was a ball there too. Threw on these sneakers. Very, very easy, comfy, but more they're heavy, but they're more comfy than heels. So. Okay, speaking of heels, darling, this is the heel section. It has some of everything though. Little mishmash, little hodgepodge, if you will. So, where does my eye take me? I know. So let's go here. Aquazores. I bought these specifically for the Today Show. I was featured in a segment called She Made It. And these were they were the look. The heels are higher. I was like kind of like that. I'm 5'8", and so I prefer comfort. So these are not going to be something that you're going to see me walking around in a whole lot. I'm a very practical woman who happens to have a 3-story closet. It's all very sensible and practical. I'm not wearing these all the time, but they're a good gala shoe, good, moment. But this has a very special, near and dear sort of sentiment to me because that was my first time being featured on the Today Show. So, and I wore these green, gorgeous beauties. Ooh, okay, I see these girls up here. So these have a very beautiful sentiment to me as well. These are René Cavillas. Zip up in the back, but it has this really lovely rhinestone mesh net going across the body of the foot, and it kind of zips up into an ankle booty, but the toe is out. Lovely. These are more comfortable than the Aquazoras, but as you can tell, there's a theme. Love the sparkle. I wore these at our fashion show in 2022, I want to say. Shut down the Main Street station. We bought out an entire train station to have this fashion show, and this was my shoe of choice. When I tell you, I was able to wear these all night, and there were so many beautiful memories created in these shoes that I will never, ever, ever forget. So I like to keep these on my top shelf, and I don't wear them often, but it's always good to have the things when you need them. So sparkle, sparkle. Okay, we're gonna come over here. So this is kind of like a booty section, if you will. So got some Gucci combat boots, honey. These are heavy. You hear that? Oh my God, they're so heavy. They feel like bricks when you walking. I have walked through the streets of New York in these, and it was a dude picking up trash. He said, "Girl, you look good." I said, "I know, thank you. I don't feel so good because these is heavy, but I'm trying to be cute." So my favorite shoe over here is definitely going to be the Fendi Booty. These, y'all look, I'm just gonna show you the bottom. Honey, tell the truth, shame the devil. Look, the girls get worn. The girls get worn. When I tell you these Napa leathers, these are so comfy. So comfy. They got this shoe right. The ergonomics of it, the height of it. It feels like a wedge when you're wearing it because of the support. And the side zipper, and you know how you have some booties, and this is because of the upper leather, but you know how you have some booties, we ain't gonna say no names, we ain't gonna, shark boot, we ain't gonna say no names. You know you have some booties where the upper leather is not flexible and malleable and friendly to your ankle, and you end up with that ring around your ankle. You ever remember that? That ring around your girl, and you gotta end up wearing like some man socks under something that mess the whole outfit up, but you just trying to be comfy. You're not trying to get cut off at the ankles, you know. No, not with these. So you get the ankle booty, but you get the flexibility, the fun, and the comfort. I love these. And then plus it has the beautiful accent of gold. I am supported so well in these, and I look amazing in these. So shout out to Fendi. They did a good shoe. Ooh, okay, so went to go see Mary J. Blige in Baltimore. I'm Virginia based, by the way. Honey, after that, I had to have me some Mary boots. I had to have me some Mary boots. Listen, I was like, I'm gonna find them. Where they at? They mine. I love these. These are actually pretty comfy too. You know, a thicker base on the heel. Also, the thing about these, they are comfy, but I'm gonna also give you like the real. The laces are leather. These do not stay tied. I am retying these all the time when I wear them. As you can see, they're not tied right now, but I'm sure when I put them down, I tie them back. That's one thing. Also, the inner is leather and your leg sweats. So that's the only thing, like, and getting these things off with a sweaty leg after a long night, you know, you sit down and your girlfriend just got to pull, and you be like, pull harder, pull. And then sometimes you gotta take your toe and point it downward, because the leveling and the angle makes it easier to get that shoe off when your toe is pointed downward, right? Yeah, girl. So these are cute, but I'm just thinking about the moments where they have to come off. That's the only thing about a thigh-high boot, child. The moments when they gotta come off. So we love the Mary boots, but you know, we're gonna sit them over here to the side, and they're here when I need them. Oh, and also a word. So I like to hang my boots, all right? So these little hangers. Oh, this is also a really cute, beautiful black-owned brand, Madamette. She makes the best stretchy, very comfy boots. I have worn these for Christmas with like a little cute Santa outfit. Can you imagine? Very cute. But girl, these come in a pack off Amazon, okay? You can use these for your scarves, for your shoes, or whatever. But I love to just hang them. I also have shoe formers inside, right? And this is just to keep the shape or whatever. Even if your boots are sitting, which, you know, I have boots that are sitting too, the formers are really, really good so that you don't get that bend, and it reduces the longevity of your boots. So I like to have them hang in with the formers inside, and they're just displayed real nice. But that is the purpose of the hangers and the formers. So those are my favorite shoes. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what I want to know? Let me know what your favorite shoe was out of the ones that I've shown. Was it the Renee Cavillas? Was it the Jimmy shoes that I have never worn? Was it the Mary boots? Let me know, comment below and tell me. While you're doing that, also make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one. Love you, mean it. Bye.